narrated in a continuous English text. Joseph, Yusuf, peace be upon him, was a young boy when he told his father, Jacob, Yaqub, of a dream he had seen, 11 stars, the sun, and the moon all bowing down to him. His father, recognizing the prophecy within the dream, immediately cautioned him not to relate it to his brothers, fearing their jealousy, for Jacob loved Joseph and his younger brother Benjamin greatly. The 10 older brothers, already consumed by envy, conspired against Joseph, saying it would be better to kill him or cast him into a deserted land, so that their father's attention would turn entirely to them. They decided to throw him into the bottom of a well, hoping a passing caravan would pick him up. They managed to trick their father into allowing Joseph to accompany them on an outing. After carrying out their wicked plan, they returned to Jacob in the evening, weeping, and presented his shirt stained with false blood, claiming a wolf had devoured Joseph. Jacob, recognizing the deception, said, "Patience is most fitting, and Allah is the one from whom I seek help against that which you describe." A caravan of travelers soon passed by the well. When they let down their bucket for water, they found the boy Joseph. Seeing a potential slave, they took him to Egypt and sold him for a meager price. He was purchased by a high official in the land, the Al-Aziz minister, who instructed his wife to treat the boy well, hoping he would be of use to them. As Joseph grew into a handsome young man, the wife of the Al-Aziz, Zuleika, was overwhelmingly drawn to him. She attempted to seduce him, locking the doors and commanding him to yield. Joseph, seeking refuge in God, refused, and as he rushed toward the door to escape, she tore his shirt from the back. They met the Al-Aziz at the door. The wife immediately accused Joseph, but Joseph maintained his innocence. A witness from her household testified that if the shirt was torn from the front, she spoke the truth, but if it was torn from the back, she was lying, and Joseph was innocent. When the shirt was found torn from the back, the Al-Aziz told Joseph to ignore the matter, and commanded his wife to seek forgiveness for her sin. The scandal spread among the city's women. In response, Zuleika invited them to a feast, giving each a knife and fruit. When she called Joseph to pass before them, the women were so astonished by his striking beauty that they cut their own hands without realizing it, proclaiming that he must be an angel. Joseph, fearful of what they might coerce him into doing, prayed to God, asking that prison be preferable to what these women desired of him. The Al-Aziz, wishing to quell the public scandal, subsequently sent Joseph to prison for a period. While in prison, Joseph met 2 servants of the king, the cupbearer and the baker. They asked him to interpret their dreams. Joseph, after calling them to the oneness of God, correctly foretold that the cupbearer would be released and serve the king, while the baker would be crucified. He asked the cupbearer to mention him to the king upon his release, but the man forgot. Years later, the king saw a frightening dream of 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 thin ones, and 7 green ears of corn being replaced by 7 dry ones. None of the royal interpreters could explain it. The cupbearer finally remembered Joseph and sought him out. Joseph accurately interpreted the dream to mean there would be 7 years of abundant harvest followed by 7 years of severe famine, and he advised the king on the necessary measures for storage. The king, impressed, ordered Joseph's release. However, Joseph demanded that he first be declared innocent of the past scandal. The women, including Zuleika, then came forward and confessed that Joseph was utterly truthful and innocent. The king then appointed Joseph as the minister of finance, putting him in charge of the entire land's storehouses, saying, "Indeed you are today, with us, established and trusted." As the famine struck, Joseph's brothers came from Canaan to Egypt, seeking grain. They did not recognize the powerful minister, but Joseph recognized them. He questioned them, sold them their rations, and secretly returned their money in their sacks. He then demanded they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, with them on their next visit. Jacob was hesitant, but eventually agreed. When the brothers returned with Benjamin, Joseph secretly took him aside and revealed his true identity to him. Later, Joseph arranged for the king's measuring cup to be placed in Benjamin's sack. When the cup was discovered, the brothers were detained. When they pleaded for Benjamin's release, Joseph revealed himself fully. "I am Joseph, and this is my brother." They were stunned and confessed their sin. Joseph granted them immediate and complete forgiveness, saying, "No blame will there be upon you this day. May Allah forgive you, and He is the most merciful of the merciful." Joseph then sent his shirt back to his father Jacob, instructing them to place it over Jacob's face. Jacob's eyesight, lost through years of weeping, was immediately restored. Jacob and the entire family then traveled to Egypt. As they entered before Joseph, he raised his parents to the throne, and his 11 brothers bowed down in respect. Joseph looked up and said, "O my father, this is the interpretation of my dream of old. My Lord has made it true." He then thanked Allah for the blessings of Islam, sovereignty, and for giving him the best possible end in this life and the next.